What is up, guys? Mauni here from MauGT, back again with another video, and I have a kind of interesting video for you guys today. So when I first got my HTC 10, I talked in the first video that I did on it, which is the only video I did on it, I believe. I talked about Fortnite on Android and what devices it would probably support based on something that I had found on Epic's website, and it turns out that what I had found was pretty much close to the truth, as Fortnite recently was announced for Android, and by today, I believe, all supported devices like the Pixel, Pixel 2 XL, Essential Phone, and some other devices. I'll link that in the description below if you want to know what devices support it. But yeah, so those devices can now play Fortnite on Android. It was exclusive to the Galaxy line of smartphones for about 3 days, I believe, coinciding with the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now, you can play Fortnite on any Android device that has the compatible specs. So you need at least a Snapdragon 820 or something equivalent, like an equivalent Exynos processor, and at least 3 gigs of RAM, and a 64-bit version of Android 5.0 or above. So basically, any flagship device released around the same time as the Galaxy S7 and anything newer should work. So basically, anything with the Snapdragon 820 should work. There are apps you can download to check what processor your device has exactly. But as long as your phone is a recent flagship, 2016 thereabout, and has at least 3 gigs of RAM, you should be good to go. Now that's just the basic requirements. It's not going to run the best on the on the minimum requirements, of course. And the game is brand new, so Epic hasn't had a lot of time to receive feedback and do optimization. But one of the biggest upsets with the launch for the for Android devices was the fact that if your phone is rooted, has an unlocked bootloader, and if you have a custom ROM, you won't be able to play Fortnite on your Android device. This is due to a implementation in Android called SafetyNet, which Google uses to protect your device from security threats. And while it is very useful, it can be really annoying when you want to run certain games and apps on a rooted device. Now, you're probably thinking, if you know anything about rooted Android devices, well, just use Magisk. Well, this has been tried with several different methods, just installing Magisk straight up and using Magisk Hide, but for some reason, Fortnite has something else in it that causes it to bypass Magisk and Magisk Hide and still won't let you run the game. Now, you can install the game and you can open the game, but as soon as you jump out of the bus, the game will kick you out of the lobby, and it will tell you that because your device has an unlocked bootloader, or your device is rooted and it doesn't pass SafetyNet, it won't be able to run the game. In this video, I'm going to show you how to bypass that. Now, so obviously you're going to need a rooted phone for this, so I'm using my HTC 10. I've already done all the steps on it, so we're just going to jump right in and show you that everything works. Now, there was a tutorial done earlier by Max at High on Android, which worked for some rooted users, but if you have an unlocked bootloader or a custom ROM, neither of those things are going to work. Or, well, his method isn't going to work, but this method, this method does work for unlocked bootloaders and custom ROMs. I got this from a Telegram group chat that I've been in for the past couple days, trying to figure out how to get Fortnite to run on devices with an unlocked bootloader. So that is where I found it. I didn't find this all on my own. I found this with the help of some great people in that group chat, and now I'm going to share it with you guys. So obviously, the first thing you need to do is make sure you have Magisk installed. Magisk is a root manager, or it's just another way of installing root. For a long time, people would use SuperSU to root their Android devices, but Magisk is out, and Magisk allows you to hide your root from other apps like Snapchat and Google Pay and Pokemon Go, and it lets you, it's a lot better, it gets more updates, and it's much newer than SuperSU as well. So if you're going to root your Android device, no matter what you what you're doing it for, even if it's not to follow this Fortnite guide, I would recommend rooting your device with Magisk. Ever since Magisk came out, if I have to root a phone, I would do it with Magisk. So you want to make sure you have Magisk installed. Now I'm doing this with the latest stable version of Magisk, which at the time of this video is version 16.0. Really sorry about my camera, guys. But yeah, the latest version of Magisk at the time I'm making this video is version 16.0. I haven't tried it with beta versions of Magisk, but from what I hear, it works all the same. Whew. Alright, so before you start this, you do want to go ahead and do this safety net check. Now, I won't be able to do it because of some things that I've already done to this, because I've already, started this process and I don't really want to undo it. But you want to make sure that your device passes safety net first, which means if you have exposed or anything else like that installed that doesn't allow you to pass safety net, go ahead and uninstall those, reboot, and then come back and check for safety net. If both of the tests pass, then you're good to go. Now the next thing you want to do is uninstall any root apps you have. Now in Magisk you can figure out what apps are using root by going to Super User. As you can see, it says no apps found because I don't have any root applications installed. So any app that uses root, you want to go ahead and get rid of it. Now if you don't have a supported device, for example this HTC 10, while it is capable of running Fortnite, it's not officially supported. Epic has blacklisted HTC devices for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why, because there are HTC devices with compatible specs. For example, this has a Snapdragon 820 and 4 gigs of RAM, same specs as the US version of the Galaxy S7. So I don't know why they've blacklisted HTC's devices. This also goes for the newer devices like the U11. So until that's bypassed, for this device and a device that you have that may be capable but not supported, what you'll need to do is change your build prop. I'll put in the description what you need to change your build prop to, but basically you can go to the Play Store. You can go to the Play Store and download this app. This is what I would recommend, Build Prop Editor. It does require root access, of course, which is pretty much what you need in order to be able to follow this guide. So you're going to install this, edit your build prop, make sure you make a backup of both your ROM and your existing build prop, because changing your build prop can cause boot loops and cause you to not be able to boot into your operating system anymore. So I would recommend doing a bunch of backups, backing up all your data, apps, ROM, before you mess with your build prop, because that can really mess with your phone. So I'll put in the description what you need to change it to. Change only those things and add only those things, because anything else could ruin the process or even ruin your entire device. So once you've got your build prop changed, go ahead and uninstall that app, because it is a root app and it will mess with your Fortnite installation. So the next thing you want to do is you want to download and install the Fortnite Installer APK. Again, everything you need for this will be linked in the description below. The latest version of Magisk, the Fortnite installer, the build prop settings, all that good stuff. So you're going to want to download the official Fortnite installer, which will install the absolute latest version of the game, and you should be able to update the game through that same installer once new versions of the game are out. So once you install it, don't open it yet. You want to go back into Magisk, go to Magisk Hide, once this loads up here, and you'll see in Magisk Hide, I have it enabled for the Fortnite installer. So this is just a precaution to make sure that it doesn't detect that your device has root while it's installing the game. You don't necessarily need to do that. The people in that group chat didn't do it, as far as I know, but I did it just to make sure I didn't run into any issues whatsoever. So once you've got that down, you want to go ahead and open the Fortnite installer. It's going to load up here. Just give it a minute. Alright, so it's going to load up, and this will say install. It won't say launch because I already have the game installed. So you're going to go ahead and install Fortnite. Once you install Fortnite, again, don't open it. What's going on here? There we go. Once you install Fortnite, don't open it. You want to go into Magisk Hide. Now again, you don't have to do this, but I did it just in case. So you want to go into Magisk Hide, and you want to go ahead and hide Fortnite 2. Now, you're still not going to open Fortnite at this point. You're going to go into the Play Store and download this app called Island. So what Island does is it creates a work profile on your Android device, which is completely 100% safe. and you're going to be able to use this to clone Fortnite and run it in a separate space to be able to hide your unlocked bootloader and custom ROM from Fortnite's various detection methods. So once you have Island installed, you want to go ahead and open Island. Now the first time you open Island, it will ask you to set up a work profile on your phone. Go ahead and follow all the steps that Island puts you through, and you'll finally get into this. So you're going to tap on Mainland, and you're going to tap on Fortnite, and here you'll see a little plus button. For example, if I go to like Google Pay, you see that little plus button there? So that plus button is what you need to press. It's going to clone Fortnite and install it in your island. But you can see I have Fortnite already put in my island, and you can see down there it says active in parentheses cloned. So once that's done, in your launcher you'll see a personal tab, and you'll see a work tab. So you want to go over to your work tab, launch Fortnite. So at this point you should be able to open Fortnite with no problems if your device is supported. And you're going to go ahead and download the game file for Fortnite, which is about 2 gigs. It's like 1.885, but that's roughly 2 gigs. So you're going to go ahead and download that. Then you're going to go ahead and open Fortnite. See, it says starting Fortnite here. Now when you install the game, if it crashes at optimizing content, or it crashes during any part of this, like for example while you're loading Fortnite, then it's likely that your device isn't actually compatible. So we're just going to wait for Fortnite to load up here. Alright, so Fortnite will load up, and I've already logged into the game with my account, but you'll see it'll ask you, have you played Fortnite before, yes or no, all that good stuff, so you can, go ahead and log in. So here is my account here. Now I've never really played Fortnite before. I've played it on my friend's Switch, and I've played it on a couple people's phones, but I've only played on my account just a few couple times on my friend's Switch. I added my account to his Switch because I actually go over there quite often. But as you can see, this is Fortnite. You can go in and change your settings and all that good stuff. I was playing a little while ago, earlier this morning. But so at this point, you can go ahead and pick any of the modes that you want to play in. We're going to pick Playground. We're going to hit Don't Fill on that. We're going to go ahead and load into the game. Now, as far as I know, this hasn't resulted in any account bans. I would recommend using this on a separate account, a spare account, just so your main account with all your saves and stuff doesn't get, ruined if somehow they manage to ban this. So you can see we have the game here. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. Now, if this works when you jump out of the bus, everything should be working. So I'm going to go ahead and jump out of the bus here. Now, if you've tried this before with a rooted device, then you know that as soon as you jump out of the bus, it'll kick you from the game. Some people were even able to get to the point where they would like land on the ground and then it would kick them. But if you follow the steps correctly, go ahead and turn up my brightness here. If you follow the steps correctly, you should be able to land without any problem. And you can now play Fortnite. Now this doesn't only work in playground mode. I just decided to go into playground mode to avoid, anyone messing with us while we, make sure this works. Because again, I am not very good at this game. But you can see everything is working here. This isn't like, those Fortnite clones and fake APKs that people were distributing all over YouTube and all that stuff. This is the real version of Fortnite for Android, which is 100% working. And if you've played Fortnite on an iPhone before, the controls are pretty much the exact same. I don't want to break the chest up there, so let's go ahead and build up here. Now I'm just, playing through it a little bit just to show you guys that this does actually work. Okay, let's go ahead and switch back here. There's the chest. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you run Fortnite on an Android device with an unlocked bootloader or a custom ROM. Now, some of these methods that other people have been distributing don't work with custom ROMs. But this one does hide both does hide all the things, root, an unlocked bootloader, and a custom ROM. So if you have all of those or any one of those, this island method is for sure going to help you out. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, well, I just killed myself, but yeah, so fully working. I've jumped into a 50v50 match. I haven't played solos, duos, or squads yet, but it works in a public lobby, 50v50. I haven't tried playing with any of my friends yet, but I would assume that that would work just as well as this does. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Again, this wasn't my method. I didn't discover this all on my own, but I figured I'd share it with you guys, and it might help out some people. So if this did help you out, make sure to share the video to help out any of your other friends that may have a rooted device. It's definitely not going to be everybody, but I'm sure it is going to help out a lot of people who want to play this game. We're going to hit leave match. So again, if this video helped you out, make sure to share it. Comment down below if you have any issues, and I'll try to help you out, see where you went wrong. Also, make sure to like the video if this helped you as well. If you guys want to see me play Fortnite, I would totally be down to do that. I'm not very good at the game, but I could definitely record some, play with my friends, just for you guys. So let me know if you want that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I will have a full review of my HTC 10 coming up very soon, as well as a full review of the Soundbud Slim. I'm putting that together and getting ready to start making that video. So that'll be up when it's up, and I'll let you guys know when it's on the way. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Again, hope this helped you, and peace out.